I'm Epic Tetsu, and this is my final thoughts and feedback on Snowbreak Containment Zone. A couple days back, while I was playing Main Story Chapter 4-12 Nemesis, I encountered a glitch or something, and basically where I'm supposed to have 3 teammates, I only ended up with 1 until the teammate went down towards the end of the fight, and then the other thing showed back up. Could just be a glitch, may have already got patched, so we're going to go ahead and do this Ymir boss fight again, just to see if it happens.
Fully loaded.
Also, another thing to note, as a mobile user, where the evasion roll button is, I would either it to be a little bigger, or I'd like it to be right under the main firing deal and have the tap fire button replaced. Maybe even adding a 3-option layout to where people could pick different layouts for where they want their keys to be on the phone. Not an overly big issue, but I did notice on mobile that it was bothering me. So right at this part is usually where it happens. It's not happening again, so it may have just been some marginal glitch. So it could be something to look into just to make sure it doesn't happen. I've tried to test it about 4 more times, and I just haven't had it happen. So it may be fixed. Another thing is for mobile users, having to slide your thumb all the way up to press that to run. Obviously it's easier just to tap the button to the right and hold it down, and then you can start running. Although I do have issues with it. I'm not sure if it's because it's small and then my thumb's just not making good contact with it. So I would like it, like I said, to be bigger or switched out with the tap fire button. As far as the other way to run, I think using the analog stick, and if you're pressing all the way up, like you can see where my thumb's at, then I should automatically be running. Might be better. And then if I wanted to just kind of go at a gradual pace, obviously I wouldn't put my thumb all the way up towards the circle. But sliding up, it just doesn't feel comfortable to me on mobile. That's just a personal opinion. Alright, so in this part of the video, we are going over the friends list and giggling. So right here at your main HUD, we see that we have friends. That's great. I should probably do that real quick. Alright, we're going to go into giggling. Our co-op here. My character's selected. For video's sake, we'll just say I don't want to matchmake. I would like to play with some of my friends. So I go into invite, and it says I have no friends, hurry and add some. Don't know if that's just a closed beta test thing, or if there's an issue with that, but it's not detecting that I have any friends at all. So therefore I can't even invite any of my friends from this friends list. We have a recommended, but I don't even think they're able to play. So the issue here is that our friends list it doesn't seem to be syncing up, so that needs fixing or working on. So let's talk about progress with story. So I can understand like a standpoint of like me as the main character and not having a voice. There's always that in many games where you read. And I don't mind reading to a point. But for the little bit of voice acting we've heard in the closed beta test, and maybe it's already fully voiced, but just for the closed beta test, because that's all I get to see, I want to hear more than that. Huh. Okay, that doesn't really, and I mean this respectfully, but that doesn't put me in the story and in the game. I want to hear these characters. They have amazing voice actors and actresses. Absolutely love these, voices during, story and being narrated and feeling the emotion of what's going on and somebody talking to you. Especially if people have had a long day, maybe they got off work, they just want to bounce in, do a few missions, hear some story. Well, now they got to read. And reading is great to a point, but we're always reading a bunch of other stuff in games, so it's very nice to have your story narrated. The second issue with, story and other things is if I want to take a screenshot, especially as a content creator, where this eye is over here, I would like the ability to actually click it to where all the text will go away so I can, take a screenshot, and it's not working at all. So having a fully voiced cast to narrate the story and bring immersion into the game would be very much appreciated, and I think it's something that definitely needs to be done if it hasn't already. Alright, let's talk about operatives. operatives. So first off with life here, looks awesome. The issue I have is more of a visual issue here. She's kind of far back. I think bringing her closer to the camera, as with all the characters, would be cool, so we can actually kind of, look at her a little closer. Actually see the weapon up close, or little things like that. Let's get into weapons while we're here. So I do like the fact that you bring them farther forward here. The thing is I can't rotate them or anything, so, I mean, it's like I said, it's kind of a visual nitpicky thing. That doesn't need to be changed. It's just something I would like. As far as like having a 5-star weapon, they're very, very strong, very good. The issue, I think, here is that for pulling a 5-star weapon dupe and then modifying it, which I actually have one. So originally our frost damage is 18%, it goes up by 21%. It's a 3% increase, so I think that part is fine. But just in general, because of what it actually takes to get a dupe and then modify, get a dupe and then modify, it might need a little something extra. So when we go down here, we see that it went up 0.5% in our increase to standard skill damage, when standard skill or shooting deals damage. And then we see that the duration is 3 seconds. So their duration didn't change in the beginning, and maybe it changes like later down the road when you get more of these. But I think adding just a little something to the modifications for actually obtaining a dupe and modifying more than this might be something to think about. Even if it's just like adds 5 seconds to skill duration, recharge rate, or ultimate, or even if we move these 3 seconds up to, say, maybe 5 seconds for our first modify. Other than that 3% increase, which is still a lot, 3% increase in damage and that 0.5 here, unless this changes, but it's hard in the beta test to actually continue getting dupes to see how far this goes. I just think it needs to be a little more worthwhile. Okay, so for this part, we're going to go into profile, and you'll see right here my name, Epic Tetsu on YouTube, without dots as my profile. It wouldn't even let me type Epic. That's why my name is Tetsu instead of Epic Tetsu. So your sensor is a little too much. I can't even type my name. Like, we're just going to waste this so you can see it. And everybody just found out my email. Awesome. Alright. Sensitive words detected. Apparently, epic is a sensitive word. So, that's definitely something I'm not happy about. Epic is a sensitive word. Yet, this dude can type sex mod win. I have nothing against Jesus, but Jesus' life. Like, come on. So, we need to work on the censor a little bit there for everybody. Appreciate that. So I finally tried out co-op at Giglink with some random matchmaking. Had a great time. It was fun. At the end of a lot of results screens, we get to see everybody's kind of stuff. I would like something that at least showed me what my allies were up to, etc. All I got to see was my stuff. So that's cool, but it's a feature that can be or not be. But I would like to see that. I would like to know what my allies were up to, skill damage wise, etc. And that wraps up my feedback for now. If I have anything else, I'll make another video or be in Discord. Be well, be epic, take care.